Okay, so today I'm going to do a little quick video to show you where you can actually get the Polkadot information or the downloads that if you want to start up a Polkadot node of your own and play with it, which we are going to be. My plan is to be doing that pretty soon, and because you really, to me, you don't understand something until you actually, have to fight with it and get it to work and so forth. So that is definitely in the plans here, and I think hopefully you'll find that interesting. But let me show you. This is the page GitHub Parity Tech Polkadot, and you can see when you scroll down here it gives you all the information about how to install it, preferably on a it looks like they want you to do it on a Linux box, which fortunately I got my Linux box deciding to talk to my network again. And it goes through all the instructions here, different ways you're actually going to install it does your installation. It shows you how to build it, how to oh, and this is something I want to talk about in a second, but you can build you can build it, you get it on your system, and then you have to start it. Now, this goes through, if you want to connect to the actual Polkadot network. So you got the mainnet, the Canary network, which is their experimental network, and the test network. When you're just playing, I would not recommend that if you're just trying to learn. What I would do is set up a development network. So they go into details here about how you would do that, and they also have something about using Docker, because that's another way. As you know, Docker is essentially running a bunch of little virtual machines. I've done some. I've had a little bit of that. I am not a Docker expert. I'd have to refresh my memory on that. But essentially, you're configuring little virtual machines, is what it is, and that could be an option for you. So these are different options that you can use, and of course, they go through the. Here's all your information, all your code. I think this is source. So WASM, which we haven't discussed. Now this is interesting. Let me just see something. Validate. Let's look at this. So I just want to show you. This is an example of the code. This is in a language called Rust, which I have not yet worked with, but it certainly couldn't hurt to learn it. I think it's if you've used different languages, this should not be much of a stretch to figure this out. And looks like you have some multitasking going on, which you would expect. This is the WASM, which we will need to talk about. WASM executor. And this here looks like let's see, load the validation parameters from memory, allocate the validation result in memory. So write result, So I'm wondering, this looks, well, that's interesting if it's using actual pointers, kind of like C. I'm gonna have to do a video on that. So anyway, this is where all the code is at. Another thing that, let me see if I can pull it up here. This is another GitHub, and this has all the specifications for Polkadot, and they have the host spec, the runtime spec, and again it looks like, oh, they even have some sample data here. Polkadot host specification, conformance test. So again, this is something if you're going to do development. Genesis parameters from different networks in the chain candidates directory, and they're kind of out of date. But at any rate, this will let you learn about the specification. Again, it looks like it is written in some form of I think they talk about it here. Let's see. So this is host spec here. And with host spec, yeah, it's a text-based format. So again, this is probably best done on a Linux box. So yeah, if you're going to get into actually wanting to develop to Polkadot and probably a number of these networks, setting up a Linux box is probably a good idea. I happen to be a fan of Linux. Sometimes I get to use it at work, and sometimes I don't. But anyway, I've always liked Linux. So anyway, so I'm just showing you where the actual code is. I think leads to some other future videos, like going through Rust. That's a new language for me, but like I said, if you're an experienced coder, if you've coded, it should not be a huge stretch to pick up Rust. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful, because it took me a little bit of hunting to find where this stuff was, and what I'm going to need to do is put the links of the pages I showed you into the write-up for this video, and hopefully again it's been of help. Take care, and if you like this, give it a like. If you want to see more, hit the subscribe button, and you will get notified of all the videos. All right, take care.